reverse alphabetical order.
You shut.
I was like, I'm doing Angel
You
last.
shut your
What? I've got to do Angel
Right.
third. That's just how it is.
Well, Angel's not with us at the moment. Like,
That's a good point. I'm going to
prime party
disappear
members
now.
first.
Oh, you.
Can you just post a picture of a regular plug socket and say I've done Voltrim?
Yeah.
Alright, good luck.
He's still muted.
Okay, so where we the watch together's there if anyone's not in it.
Shit.
Oh, wait,
Sorry.
wait.
Oh, this is gonna kill my wife. Okay.
So where we were last is that basically all your horses scattered in the ensuing battle, and so you're left with just the one horse which the soldiers managed to recapture from the forest. And attached to that horse is like a small bag of supplies saddled over it, a small saddle on it, and then two ropes leading to a part of the cart that currently Voltrim is lying on top of with some furs to make sure it's a little bit more comfortable for him. Timmy, Dravik, and Lulam and Freya basically managed to stabilize him. But he's in a coma right now and completely unconscious, being dragged.
I feel like
slowly.
I played some part in that.
Yes, I think you did as well. His chest is all healed, but the breastplate armor is completely destroyed and been removed. His weapons are just attached to the horse that's being dragged, including his shield. You're all injured from this battle. Some of you, what's all your hit points actually?
2.
4, but not quite as echoey.
Mine's 3.
So you're all really badly beaten and tired.
Yes, we know, since you keep telling us.
So you're all really badly beaten, tired, and exhausted. And you know it's a long march, but you know you have to get to Oskath, which is the home of the elves.
I mean, can we stop along the way?
Yeah, there's no towns on the
heal.
way. There's no way you can heal these wounds without a healer. None of you are bleeding or like about to die from your wounds, but you just need some revitalization to go back to full health.
I want to cook everybody a meal off Fat Bob's frying pan.
Sure. Your supplies are limited, so the new thing I'm bringing in is travel. So without horses, it takes you twice the amount of time than on foot, and you'll need to buy supplies from town per...
Does that mean it takes half the time on Bleaty?
Yes. For one person. So, effectively, let me just open up the old Maparini. I love this song.
Don't we have to go through Lazarus to get to Oskath from the southern mountains where we were?
So you can pass the Lazarus docks, yeah. Or you can try and find a bit where you can cross from the river. Either way, you've started to head north while the guards kind of veered straight towards Lazarus. And on your journey, nothing really happens the first couple of days. You're just trudging on. You're all exhausted and tired. Occasionally, Timmy's on the cart trying to feed Voltrim some water, at least like drying out his lips and stuff.
Good boy.
The autumn is bringing in like killing all the trees basically as they become gold and all their leaves begin to fall. You're so close to the mountains, you're getting this icy chill where like the snow-peaked mountains are just hanging over you guys with this like kind of terrifying dread, or imposing dread, more likely. You eventually do get to the river. So to your right, a couple days to your right would be Lazarus Docks. Ahead of you is a flowing river, enough for boats to come up and down, but mainly long ships, not any, and like trading ships. No war vessels would be able to cross here without hitting rocks. And then ahead of you is this old, ornate tower, and it in elven in design, but slightly dilapidated and covered in moss.
Is there anywhere for us to cross?
So, Reiner, what's your perception?
8, I believe.
8, yeah?
Give me 2 seconds, yeah.
So, Reiner, with your quick wit and elven eyes, you trudge into the water and immediately find that there is like they used to have these medieval times. It's like a hidden causeway, where basically rocks would jut out of the ground, and you could kind of walk as long as you knew the route. You could walk across them. So you find the first couple. You're obviously waist deep in water, but the current's not strong enough to knock you off your feet.
Okay, what do we want to do? Do we want to go across, or do we want to head to town?
I kind of want to head to town and heal.
Yeah, I
we
think.
need supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then let's go to
And
Lazarus.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But let's not
far
go
is town
into. Let's
again?
not go into the city. Let's just go round because we still got to go in eventually, because there's stuff going on there that Alex
not
has mentioned.
Been to
Like,
Lazarus.
yeah, we have. But I mean, like he said that there was a coup about to happen, so I kind of just want to go to the markets and leave.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go to markets, then go round. Let's sort of try and avoid more drama.
I mean, we could just cross here.
No, I want to heal and grab supplies.
Yeah. How far is it from?
But if you want to heal, then
days,
we need to go into town. We can't go on the outskirts of town if you want to heal.
No, we just go to the marketplace.
You have got 4 supplies
middle of
left. So you've got 4 days worth of travel. Lazarus is 3 days to your right, and Oskath is roughly 3 days ahead of you.
3. Oh yeah, maybe we should. We've still got 3 days of travel.
Fine.
No, actually, Oskath's 4 days ahead of you, I'd say. Not 3.
Okay. So we're going forward?
Yeah.
Guess so.
Yeah.
So
in that case, can I stick one of my siege bolt arrows into the ground at the start, tie the rope onto it, and then skip across?
Okay. Yep.
Yep. And then put siege bolt arrow at the other side, and then tie my rope again.
You stab through a koi carp, you get half a supply.
Safe.
And yes, your arrow's down. You're about 2/3 of the way.
Okay, can I continue doing that?
Yes, you stumble at the end, but you're fine. You're in the shallows at this point.
Cool. And then last spike, and then I'm gonna wave everybody across and whatnot. In fact, I'm probably gonna go back to then help the horse, but I'll go back and do last.
So the horse is trudging along. Voltrim's unsubmerged underwater. No, I'm joking. Timmy is kind of helping. Bleaty's kind of gone under the cart, so now Voltrim's lying on this plank of wood on top of Bleaty, as Bleaty and the horse. The horse looks a bit jittish, and Bleaty, you think for a second, kind of sighs and rolls his eyes behind the horse. So Bleaty, Voltrim, the horse, and Reiner have crossed. Anyone else?
Before we cross.
I'll cross.
Oh.
Oh no, scribbles.
Well, before we cross. Before we cross, is there much foliage or vegetation on either side of the bank?
On the other side, yes.
Either will cross.
It's
But
a heavy wooded area.
I'm small, so I'm just going to use my waystone and blink across.
Oh.
I mean, you've got the rope, bro.
I'll just help you.
I did not say I would use the rope. I use my waystone.
You hear a crackle and a pop, and you see scribbles on the other side.
I'm gonna
Look at all these
tiptoe
rope
across.
idiots.
Yeah, I'm gonna
As
use the
Scribble
rope.
turns are laughing, you see that he's got a monkey's tail.
Mate,
I'm
I'm keeping this tail.
No, I'm joking. You've crossed, Leland?
Have you? No.
Freya?
Yeah, I've crossed.
Can you bring my rope with you? Thank you.
Aren't you last? You said you were last.
Can I go
Like
back
the
and get my
horse.
rope then? Well,
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
fine.
put
So
your
you're
rope-
hopping back.
You double backed.
The day the sun begins to set. It's taking
Wait,
about
I want
half
to.
a day
Wait, you said there was a tower.
Yeah, the tower's just looking over the river where it meets the ocean.
Can we?
So you have this
explore the
beautiful
tower?
sound of like waves crashing on rocks, and like this. Actually, none of you looked up, but I'll tell you anyway. So the two mountain peaks are separated by like, I don't know, a small lake between them. where the ocean is coming, like entering from salt water into fresh water. And either side of these giant mountains, there are cracked dwarven towers at the very peaks of them that you can just about make out. And then below is just this huge lake of salt water.
Sorry,
fresh
dramatic
water.
music change.
But closest to you is this old elvish tower, and it's white, or once was white, and it's been stained over the years, like marble and ruinous. It's got moss growing up the side of it, like a tree almost growing through the top of it. This large oak tree, and the stairs are all dilapidated and broken, but they would go around the outside and into the very head of the tower.
Nice.
I mean, by all means, go and explore, but I'm taking Voltrum to get the healers.
Yeah, I'm.
Fine.
Can I do some foraging?
by all means, like go and explore because
I
I'm really
might-
surprised the psychic.
How close is the tower to us? Like.
You're literally at its base.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Can I have a little wander?
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm gonna be on Overwatch if I can.
Yeah, please, because like.
I'm gonna continue going in case anything bad happens. I'm not there with Voltrum. I'm not taking any chances.
Can I ask Hestia to just, I don't know, fly above?
yeah, Hestia's just flying around anyway. Like she's being a bit.
I'm gonna
weird.
tell her to keep watch
best.
for us.
Yeah.
She just tilts her head, plucks a feather out of her wings, and then flies off in the opposite direction.
Fuck.
I'm going to say to Bleaty, do you smell any rare herbs, boy?
Bleaty's scratching behind his ear with the back of his foot, with the boot on,
Hoof?
and then he he looks at you, and then walks off. Like you literally think you hear him go as he walks he walks off into the forest.
I'm going to follow him.
Okay, so you followed him. So Rhino, you're just at the like on the wet rocks with Voltrum.
Oh no, I'm gonna start. Start heading off. Voltrum
Okay.
slowly.
Yeah, Lulan and Freya. So it's a little bit hard to scale into this tower. Inside is like a dilapidated, falling down oak table. There's a couple of braziers inside that the coals have just been extinguished, and there's only soot and ash. Lots of dust, a bird's nest, and in the center is a campfire.
Campfire.
Yeah, the
I'm
campfire is
leaving.
cold. Okay, the campfire is
No.
cold and not lit. It's not lit. It's just an old campfire.
Can I rummage around, or can I do a perception check on the inside then, please?
What's your perception?
It is 9.
Okay, so while you're rummaging around, you see a small chest, and opening it is some old food, effectively. Like not too old, but it's old enough that there's a bit of mold on the cheese.
Can I just, I don't know, grab one of my daggers, peel off the mold, and eat
Yeah,
cheese?
you get another half a supply. You now have 5 supplies.
Nice.
You also see like a rusted dagger hanging off the table. It's elven in design, and you see a pail of water. The water is clear. It's like crystal clear and fresh water.
Can Freya go towards the dagger?
Yeah.
I'm gonna collect the water in my skin
And-
thing.
And can she inspect it?
Yeah, it's just an elvish dagger. It's rusted.
Oh, so
And
it's pretty old then.
Yeah.
Are there
it's
any
more of a-
books
There's no
or
books.
scrolls?
Nerd.
Is that it? There's nothing else in the tower, like a staircase or anything.
Not other than the staircase that you came up.
Okay. Okay. I think I'll leave now. There's
Yeah.
something else.
I've taken the water. I had some cheese. Nothing there. Leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a normal pail of water. So as you descend from the tower, Reiner's started helping, pushing this horse up this like embankment and into the woods. Scribbles, you follow Bleaty, who's now like quite deep into the woods, as he starts ripping out herbs from around this tree.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to keep the herbs.
Mhm.
I'm assuming I have a base level of herbology, just given what I'm...
Yeah, you can make some salves. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So given what's there, In terms of salves, what herbs have I got? Give me details.
So you've already got the anti poison one from Lazarus, and this one is Elvish Oak Root, which effectively allows you to get place on a wound to get 1 HP.
How many of these can I carry? Because I've got Bleaty with me, so surely he's got some pockets inside his fur.
There's only 5 there. There's only enough.
Can I add that to my inventory, or how much
Yeah.
would that make in terms of potions?
That would give you 5 healing cells, so 1
And that's
each.
basically +1 wound. I'll put that in my inventory.
Yeah. It doesn't stack though, so if you use it on one person, you can't then use another salve on them. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's fine. Yeah, I'll put that in the
Within a
inventory.
week or so.
Well, I'd say per instance.
Mm.
A week is kind of a long time.
It's just
max.
until it dries, really. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bleaty looks a bit chuffed at you, and his tail wags slightly.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I say, Bleaty, the next time there's a pork chop available, it's all yours, buddy.
He turns. He hears. You think you hear like a twig snap, and he spins his head round like an owl, and is looking off into the distance.
Okay. Wait.
But
So
before long,
he's
you hear
he's heard the twig snap.
Yeah, he's heard the twig snap. But you think you hear it, but his head spins around. And
Okay.
as you're looking off into the distance, you hear the behind you this gruntled sigh as Reiner emerges, pushing this horse and Voltrim up an embankment with Timmy like desperately his tiny little muscles trying to help. As Lulan and Freya gallivant into the scene.
I'm gonna say
Wait,
good
wait,
job, Timmy.
before
You're
I
gonna be
get
big
there.
and strong in no time. Is Timmy injured at all?
No.
Okay. Can I go place 1 salve on top of Voltrim?
Yeah.
Just on the gaping hole in his stomach.
No, you healed the hole. You sealed it.
Fine.
So is Voltrim semi-conscious now?
No.
Is Voltrim?
He
Is he
won't have as
stable?
bad a scar.
Is he stable?
Yeah, he's
Not-
stable. Yeah, he's been stable this entire time.
Can
he's
he
on a
moan
horse.
and talk? And
No, but Moni is there with you.
Okay. You know how Moni's missing half of his body?
Yeah, Salve's
Can
not
I-
going to do anything for that.
I can't place a salve over half of Moni's body and see what happens.
No, there's no blood coming out of him. He's just missing his everything from his lower jaw up. So he's just a tongue waggling in the wind.
La, 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 la.
You
Fair
can't even
enough.
I can't even moan anymore. It's just
No. Just noisy.
has anybody realised that we actually look like villains?
Are we the
One-armed
bad
zombie.
guys?
with a tongue waggling in the wind. What did you want to say, Leland?
I just wanted to have a quick word with Freya before
gosh.
we join the party. No, I
Whereas
just wanted to
instinct
say
is every time Lulan or Fulch wants to talk to her now, she's like, what have I done?
it's nothing you've done.
What you didn't do.
I'm very nervous about going to see lots and lots of elves. I'm not normal. I have magic that people don't like. I don't think I'm going to be welcomed, and I've been threatened quite a lot. So, yeah, just to give you a heads up, I don't think going in to see them is going to be great for me.
Don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. I know that's not much coming from me, but like I said, my father is the Lord there. And if I
give
say
you a very dubious look, like
yeah, and if you're welcomed by me, you'll be welcomed by him, which means you'll be welcomed by everyone. I know that's not me. That's not much me saying that now, but you'll just see. Okay, and maybe my father might be able to help you with some answers.
They
Cool.
just grunts and carries on. Like, thanks.
So nothing really happens except you continue trudging on in relative silence. Exhausted and tired in the evening, you collapse down and make a campfire, costing a supply, but you're now fed. The night you take turns on Overwatch.
Can I go hunting before I go to bed?
You can't hunt. You're too tired. You can hunt in the morning, but it's dark, so it makes more sense in the day. Yeah, in the morning you can hunt. Let's see. What was your perception again?
8.
Okay, you see a deer.
Can I shoot a deer?
Yeah, what's your dex again?
12.
You successfully hit the deer and gain another supply. It's a big deer. You have one supply. You can be generous, but you have one.
Are we in Elvish Woods right now?
Yeah.
I've cooked with Fat Bob's frying pan, so that means we get an extra hit point.
Yeah, you've all got an extra.
Can we put a little bit in Vulture as well to see if it comes back to?
Yeah, we're obsessive over Vulture, aren't we?
He's our bro. He literally took a basilisk to the chest for us. You'd think you'd give the guy a little bit of leeway.
Certainly feeling a little, yeah. Yeah. So you just continue on your march through the woods. The path seems a little bit harder. Like poor Vulture's occasionally going over a root and like jiggling. The horse you have to be mindful that the horse doesn't get any hoof stuck and any roots or holes.
Can Lulan take the chance to try and train with Hestia just a little bit?
Yeah, so Hestia's really interested in the trees. This is like the biggest forest she's ever seen. She's just weaving in and out, landing, chasing birds. You see like a falcon take flight and Hestia like soaring after. Hestia's big now. She's about the size of like a dog, like a medium-sized dog. It's about 25 kg. Big, like the wingspan's now a little bit too big for her. Because she's kind of growing into it, so she's a bit like a fawn, a bit gangly and all over the place. A bit like Fudge, effectively.
Oh, nice. Saying about you.
Yeah, let's see her. Turn around, let's see her. Or is she asleep? Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Fudge.
Judge.
Oh, look at that. Yeah,
big stretch.
She is delicious.
Stretch.
Oh, Budge.
Oh, those toes. Yeah, so that's how big Hestia is. Yeah.
Bearing in mind, I've still got sausages and some dried meat left in my bag, but I'm guessing the sausages are off.
They're dried. Yeah, they're pretty crispy.
Cool. So I got some. Can I just do training with her then while we walk?
Yeah. So other than that, you guys just can keep on trudging unless there's anything you want to talk about.
So how'd you guys end up getting separated from the elves when you were younger, anyway?
Leland,
Yeah, who are you talking to? It's like there's three here.
Yeah, you guys.
Oh,
I'm interested to hear the story.
I never got separated as a child from the elves.
Well,
yeah, Lauren was raised here in Oscar.
Oh yeah, of course. This is your home, isn't it? All right, let me rephrase that. Lulan,
yes.
How did you get separated from the elves when you were a child, anyway?
I was never a part of them. I don't really remember much from my childhood, save for some glimpses and some pretty horrific stuff I don't really want to repeat. And as you guys probably overheard in the last little battle we had, Varys is my
daddy.
I was gonna think of a worse term, but yeah, I suppose that someone who created me.
He's your paw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough. Why do you think the elves will react badly to you being different? I mean,
I didn't say that in front of you. Who? How? What?
Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't hear that. Sorry. Do you think the elves will react badly to you being different?
Considering how they treat others who aren't elves, I don't think that they'll treat someone who does not conform to their standards any differently to how they treat humans and dwarves.
Right, Freya pulls a face, by the way, when you say that. Freya pulls a face.
I'm sorry, have you seen how you reacted? You said you hate humans.
I don't hate humans. I've never hated
I fucking do.
It's just right here, like, not all elves hate humans.
I
Some
don't
are just
hate
a little
humans.
bit awkward.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's interesting because I've been very different from a lot of halflings. There's not exactly another halfling necromancer out there, so I know the feeling of not being the kind of mainstream style in your race. But the good thing about halflings is they just kind of want to hang out, smoke a doobskin, and have a few brews with the boys. So they don't really mind what you're doing as long as you're as long as you're looking out for them. So surely with the elves, they can understand that if what you're doing is for the greater good, there might be a reasonable chance you'll fit in.
Exactly.
That's what I hope. But life has taught me to never underestimate and never, hope for something too much, because disappointment is not a nice taste.
Reiner?
What, same question, what?
Mitch, Scribbles asked you all the question.
I mean, I left a couple of years back now to find out more about my father and where he came from and his roots.
Scribbles ignores you.
No. I mean, it's okay with your father, with his roots. I mean, was he a tree? But in all seriousness, what? Why did you not know your father?
I knew my father, but my father, oh God, law here. My father abandoned humanity.
No.
A few years, but yeah.
No, your father.
No.
Well, he left.
No, your father was the Lord of Barrowtown.
Was the commander to Barrowtown.
No,
His brother was the Lord of
Oh,
Barrowtown.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But
human,
when
though.
his brother died, he left in shame. And that's when he came to the elves and met my mother and so on. And then he died at my mother's. And that's when I left to explore my father's past and history.
So, Reiner's cousin is the Lord of Barrowtown.
Fair enough.
Who we've met, Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any other bits of banter or anything, or do you just want to keep on trudging? I'm sure your characters are talking anyway. Probably regaling one another about past achievements. You've got the Basilisk Venom. You've got the Book of Grimoire, the Grimoire of Destruction.
Can I just say, as like a standard, just to make it a little bit easier, most conversations that happen apart from other conversations, can we say that we just kind of talk about our experiences in battle and stuff, like campfires and stuff? Yeah. So we kind of do have a little bit of understanding of what's happened with other people, even if we weren't there.
As long as you've shared that. There are private things that you'll have to specify if you're shared or not.
Okay. Well, I'm an open book. I share everything. Nothing bad's happened to me.
So as you keep on trudging, there's another and some rustling. Fleety immediately turns and just goes into this low growl and starts growling this guttural growl.
Lulan's gonna go on Overwatch and palm her daggers and send Hestia to the sky.
Hestia is just kind of doing her own thing, but she just goes up into the sky. You've drawn your daggers.
I haven't drawn them. I'm palming them.
How far away are we from Oscath as well?
You're about 2 days.
Are we at the market yet?
What? You didn't go to the market?
What market? We didn't go to the market.
Oh, I thought we were going to the market.
No, you plum.
Oh, I swear we agreed that we're going to the market.
Nay.
Oh.
Can I just be back in 2 minutes? Wait.
Yeah.
Alex, I might need your charger in a minute. But
I thought you took it already.
No, I took my iPad charger.
Oh, I'll get some water to that. Wait, why is your iPod charger in here?
So it's in there.
Oh no! Oh, it's still plugged into my laptop. Oh jeez.
Oh.
Making a mess of things.
Thank you all. You scared fudge.
Pudgy.
It's quite a nice, relaxing tune.
We're in Elfland. I don't know why Luden's getting so defensive.
Ask her.
I kind of just did.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Yeah, I feel like you did.
Like
Oh.
that was.
I mean, I think that the whole putting down the hood should be alright and kind of show that we're, well, I'm at least a half elf.
Okay.
Also, Scribbles, would you have shared with us after the Queen's battle what
So-
happened with you when you and Angel blinked?
Sorry.
I think what we'll do for story wise is when we get to the next tower, when we meet up with Angel, we'll go over everything and say what we want to share and what we don't. Just to keep
Angel
flowing.
coming back this episode.
Nice
No,
voice
but
crack.
when he does come back.
Nah.
We'll go over
You
everything.
know something. Is Angel coming back this episode?
I really don't.
I don't think so. He's not had his second session, I don't think.
He's had a note to say where we're going, but it'll be very quick for him to meet us there before we get there.
Okay. Is Tom even here?
Well, he's streaming it, but don't think he is.
Okay.
So have asked, did you share the salve that you have, Scribbles?
Yeah.
Training
If
advice.
anyone's wounded, it's just tell me.
Can I'm gonna go up to Scribbles. I'm like, have you got anything that I can heal myself with, please?
I'm just gonna put the salve on your nose, and then it will kind of dissolve.
Thank you.
You said to jump. She's an elf and you're a halfling.
No, I'll crouch down.
Can you smell my finger?
Right.
On my screen, you're right there. Chess is right there, and I'm here, so me reaching out is very accurate.
You're just poking me in my chin on my screen.
You're poking the black screen for me. I'm in the middle for me.
Yeah, you're in the middle for me too, so you're just kind of pointing in like the space.
So, yeah.
That's
so
Alex.
there's been a. Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, that's Alex.
Wait, do it again. Wait.
Wait.
Oh,
Right.
That's so
No.
It's the other hand for me.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, it works perfectly for me. Anyway, so we're getting started. A twig's just snapped, and there's some suspicion coming from Bleety as he growls.
Can
towards the door.
I lower my hood and look to Freya to kind of do the same to show that like we're not hostile?
Sorry, I missed that. I was just putting my headphones in. Why are we showing? What are we showing?
Well, I want to show that we're friendly.
How are we
As in-
showing
as in-
them that we're
As in,
friendly?
basically show your fucking ears.
Oh,
Because we're going into elf territory and we've got a zombie, a
Yeah.
little demonic like halfling.
are there any flowers
And I'm
nearby?
all
lady.
cloaked up.
Alex,
I'm all cloaked up.
Alex, are there any flowers nearby?
What's your perception?
One
Oh,
second.
Yeah, you can see flowers. Yeah, there are
Fine.
just some.
Can I just pick like a nice bouquet of flowers and tuck them into
yeah.
Bleety's
Bleety's-
coat?
Yeah, Bleety's still growling. You hear like another twig snap in the bush, and
Oh.
this man.
can sorry, can Freya take her hood down and make sure that her hair is out of her cloak?
Yep. This man walks out. He's got a long sword strapped to his hip, and on the other hand side, like basically a small barrel of rum. And he looks out across at you guys as he chews on like this leg of meat. Well,
Elf
well,
or no
well.
elf?
He's a human.
Oh shit! Okay.
Well. Look what we got here. Some lost travelers in the woods.
Oh fuck!
How
Can I
much
flick my
gold?
dagger at him? Sorry.
What's your dex?
10.
It strikes him directly in his throat. As
Fucking
he immediately
hell.
starts, like, he falls to his knees, gasping for air as he tries to pull the dagger out. And as the
My
blood's just
fucking-
like spilling out of him, he slowly slumps down.
Can I-
face
can
first
I-
in
Can
the
I
blood.
quickly?
Wait,
can I quickly
wait.
use
Before
some-
he dies, can I have a reaction roll to just run up and put a salve on that wound?
You trip on your way and drop a salve.
Can I use transfusion on him so I can recover?
Jesus.
Why?
from the-
Why did you do that?
What did you
I
say?
mean, it is quite a good strat because if it is a
What did you
enemy,
say,
then they're
Dylan?
going to be very off put.
I want to use transfusion, which I draw blood from them to heal myself.
Okay, you gain 1 wound. He goes like white and he stops breathing very quickly after that. There are like 6 more twig snaps, and
I'd be ready with triple shot.
Reiner, you get shot directly in the back and take 1 wound.
Okay.
You might get a reaction roll there. You do get a reaction shot. You don't know where it is though, where it's come from. What's your perception?
8.
Okay, you know the rough direction of which the arrow came from.
Can I shoot triple shot?
Yes.
Or
it's
a shot?
It's up to you. What would you prefer?
Well, can I use triple shot as a reaction shot? I feel that's a bit OP.
No, you can't. No.
Yeah,
sorry. You're right.
Can I do a blind shot then?
You do a blind shot, and you hear like a and like a thump as someone falls from a tree.
Yeah.
Another shot rings out. It just skims you, Freya. A shot hits the horse in the rump, and the horse starts running. Vultrum is just bouncing off into the distance as the horse yeets
Can
its
Freya
way
go
out of
chase
combat.
it?
Hold on 1 second. There's another shot coming. Lulan, you take 1 wound as it hits you right in the back of the leg. Scribbles, because you fell, the arrow whizzes above your head and hits the tree stump just in front of you. And the final shot rings out, and it just goes into the mud. Missing Timmy. Okay, so you want to chase after the horse, Freya?
Yes, please. Vultrum's done for.
Okay, so you can't quite keep up with the horse, but you're able to keep it in your eye line. You've just ran past the group. As you sprint through one of the bushes, you have to kind of jump to get over this shrub, and you see a bowman, like a hobo-looking bowman. He's got a rough, baggy beard. He's got a short bow, and he's just like startled as you yeet your way over, just running past him. We've done Reiner. So, Lulan, your reaction roll.
Can I run towards where? Actually, can I do a perception check to see where everyone is?
What's your perception?
9.
Okay, so you see one man in a tree directly adjacent to Timmy, and he's notching a second arrow slowly.
Can I throw my other dagger at him?
What's your dex?
10.
Your arrow it misses him,
My
but
dagger.
Your dagger misses him, but he falls out the tree trying to dodge it. Dropping his longbow, he stands to his feet and draws his short sword. Scribbles, your reaction?
I'm going to, as he falls, bring a skeletal hand out of the floor and grab him.
What's your wisdom, sorry?
Like fucking high now. It's where is it? My wisdom is. Have we leveled up at all since last time?
You've leveled up since Varus, yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
Okay, then my wisdom is 9 out of 10.
15.
Yeah, it's 9 out of 15. Okay, so as he lands, he goes to draw his short sword, and skeletal hands begin to pull him to the floor, and he's now stunned for a turn.
Is with level up? Is it add 1 to 1 stat?
Add 1 to 1, yeah, not 1
Yeah,
to
that's
all.
fine.
Yeah. Okay, right now we have a turn order. Okay, we've got Freya, Reiner, Lulan, Scribbles. Everyone understood
Bandits?
that? Yeah, I will tell you when the bandits come into play. Okay, Freya, you've ran past a bandit. The horse, you see it like get its hoof stuck and it breaks its leg as it slams into a tree. Vultrum like rocks aside, and the cart begins slowly sliding down a mossy hill.
Great. Can I still see the bandit as well?
Yeah, so he's like slowly turning in like slow motion.
Okay, as I go to grab Vultrum, can I turn and do a fireball at the bandit?
Vultrum is out of your hand reach.
For fuck's sake. How far is he? Like, is he falling currently?
He's beginning to slide down a hill. If you've got a, if you've got a gap closer, you can probably catch up to him.
What the fuck's a gap closer?
Like a dash or something.
Like a fire kick of some sort.
Yeah. Do I have
I
that?
kick the guy in the face and then propel
Wait a
yourself
minute.
off
Wait a
it.
minute. Wait a minute. Alex, just give me a look. Let me look at my sheet. Get my sheet. Get my sheet, Alex. Get it.
I kick the guy in the face and propel yourself towards.
Wait a
Vulture.
minute. Yeah, fire kick. No, will that make me dash though?
Yep, that is your gap closer, the one I.
Okay, yeah,
telling you forget.
let's do that. Kick.
Yep. So you fire kick over to Voltrim. You like a falcon kick. You slide through the mud. All these twigs and like leaves flashing over you. The guy nooses an arrow and it just skims past you because you just closed this gap in an instant. You immediately fire kick Voltrim in the head. His armor doesn't go off, and you manage to grab him as the cart's sliding down. You have to use almost all your strength, digging your other dagger into the mud. It's like you're kind of that scene where Captain America holds the helicopter. Using all your muscles to hold Voltrim's sled from sliding down into what looks like prickly brambles.
Okay.
And so you've managed to stop the cart.
Okay.
Now what do you want to do? You got one more action.
Can I do a perception check?
Sure. What's your perception?
It is 7.
Okay, the horse is whining and screaming just up the hill, over the ridge for you. You're holding on to Voltrim, who is absolutely unconscious. A bit of his fur and his cloak is a bit singed. You've singed some of his moustache and half of his cheek, where your flaming boot hit him. You're holding on to him. Below him is like below you is this small ridge, and then it just goes into a steep drop of about 20 feet into another part of the wooded area.
Please.
Pebbles are like rolling past you. You've got
How
one
far? Sorry. How steep is the hill above us?
below you.
Below you.
So it goes like kind of like that. You know that scene in The Hobbit? Fellowship, where they're running and they bump into each other and then tumble down. It's basically
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's not too bad then.
yeah. So you're at the very edge. I mean, it's bad he's unconscious because he'll just fall and snap his neck.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's not like.
Yeah, if you aim him, he'll be okay. Maybe. Like
Maybe.
a sack of potatoes. Anyway, so yeah, you got one action. Sorry, because you got 3 AP.
Okay, is the bandit coming towards me?
He's notching another arrow at you.
Okay, can I get fire? Can I guard Vulture? Like stand in front of him?
You're holding on.
Well, yeah, well, like.
Just fireball the fucker.
Yeah, I'm going to fireball the fucker.
Pulling your hand out of the dagger out of the earth for a second as you throw this fireball, you begin to slide down the hill with Voltrim, but your fireball just soars through. And to everyone on the other side of the shrubbery, you just see blue fire and hear screams as a man tumbles backwards, burning alive. Freya, you and Voltrim slide down this cliff face, off this hill even, and you land successfully without breaking both your legs. Voltrim kind of tumbles and takes a little bit of damage. He's certainly worse for wear already. The cart smashes to pieces. And you land like kind of next to Voltrim with Grace.
While she's laying next to Voltrim, can she just look at him unconscious and go, "This would have been a great time for you to wake up now"? I never say that. That's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Okay, so it was Lulan. Was it Reiner? I've immediately forgotten. Lulan. It was Lulan.
Oh, I've got a really good idea for my turn.
Is anyone coming to attack me?
You can't see. They're
I do.
behind bushes.
I saw one guy was out in front of me. Is he coming to attack me? The one who fell out of the tree?
He's being pulled down by skeletal hands.
Okay. Can I run up to him then and slash him with my serrated dagger?
Yeah. What's your?
Actually, no. With the big thing, the life cleaver.
Okay, so you pull off this. So Lulan unsheaths this giant sword. It's like got about a 1 foot handle, and just a little nubby blade, almost like a short sword blade, but quite thick. And you notice that when she slashes the head off this man, the blood immediately absorbs into the blade and it grows in length. Yep.
And then I want to use my passive ability. But I don't actually. No, I don't. That's a reaction. Can then I use? I want to do a perception check on the rest of the people.
Yep. Your perception's 8, isn't it?
No, it's 9.
9. Okay, so you see 2 more hobo bowmen, bandits there. They're about to noose their arrows at you. After you behead their friend.
Can I?
One arrow goes.
Can I use my passive instead of
Yep.
using?
So your reaction roll is you get a chance to dodge one attack.
No, I've also got terror.
What was terror?
Once per reaction turn, you can choose to fear an enemy instead of taking a wound.
Oh yeah, that's it. You don't have dodge. That's right.
I also have dodge, but
you take 1 wound and 1 terror. So one of the bowmen just stops firing, and he's just like, just looses the arrow wildly, and it just digs into the earth. The other one skims you enough to take 1 wound.
motherfuck.
You got 1 more to action.
Okay, and then can I? Sorry, I'm just looking at my things now. Can I use? No, fuck it. Can I throw? No, I can't do that either. Right, I'm gonna run around the tree then to the other, because I'm assuming they're on a branch, which is on one side, so they can't see the other side of the tree. I'm gonna run that around that bit.
Sure, right.
So I'm out of their way.
Ryder?
All right, sorry. So we've killed 2.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use triple shot? Well, first can I roll a perception?
Yeah, classic. Everyone loves a good perception. Yep, you see the 2 guys that Lumen spotted that are kind of now in the open as they emerge with their arrows. You see a burning man at your feet. You see to your left a dying horse with a broken leg. And you see a man with his head cut off on the floor and a man with a dagger in his throat.
Okay. Do I see roughly where the guy that I shot landed?
No, he's kind of behind the shrubbery.
Okay, can I use triple shot? Fire 1 each at the ones that are by in front of Leland. And then can I fire the third one roughly like as if someone fell off a tree where they would have fallen to, but that has got up yet?
Well, as you probably guessed, the one that you shot in the random direction misses. But the 2 that are firing at Lulan, one takes an arrow to the throat and just immediately just collapses backwards, and the other one takes an arrow to the leg. He drops his bow and draws his longsword and starts wildly running at you with this like rusted blade above his head, screaming wildly.
Okay. 2 seconds. What can I do? Cool as fuck.
That's fair to use these guys for fun.
Well, there's a theory behind this. Fuck it, I'm gonna use Wind Slash.
Jesus. Okay. What's your dex?
I think it's 50. No, 14 now.
Okay, so you draw the blade and cut into the air and immediately sheath it.
Sorry, 13.
The man's still running, and then his legs keep moving as his torso just falls backwards, and blood just starts spraying out, and his legs then stop running and drop at your feet. You get blood on your shoes. You cut the man clean in half.
Right, can I just stand there quite smugly and be like,
Scribbles.
Well, I've seen where Vultrim's fallen down and is currently lying on the floor.
You can't quite see that. The shrubbery's about your height.
I'm taking a. Can I?
You
Okay.
can follow where Freya went.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna grab Bleaty and say, Bleaty, I need you. Quickly, come with me.
Bleaty flips you over and immediately gallops off, jumping over this burning man. Bleaty lands, sees the dying horse, and like Bleaty rolls his eyes and runs in the direction with his snout across the floor, looking for. I don't even know what a sheep looks like anymore at this point. Bleaty's so fucking.
That's the whole point. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Bleaty is no longer a sheep. It is the concept of a sheep.
Bleaty looks down over this ledge, and you see a broken cart, but Voltrim lying unconscious in some mud.
Okay,
And
so
Freya kind of just clean dusting herself off.
I'm going to jump off Bleaty and I'm going to say, Bleaty, I need you to run on the spot as fast as you humanly can. Bleaty's going to start running just in place, just going.
Yeah.
And just really, really moving quickly. And
Okay.
nothing's going to happen at first. And I'm going to say, just keep going, Bleaty, faster.
Okay.
And slowly, Bleaty's fur is going to start crackling with static electricity. And I'm going to say, Bleaty, faster. And as Bleaty moves, Bleaty's getting to the point of becoming like pretty much a semiconductor at this stage.
Okay.
And arcs of energy are flying off of Bleaty's coat. And I'm going to take the metal staff on my back, touch one end on Voltrim, and then I'm going to say, Bleaty, bite the staff. And then I'm going to let go of the staff. And as Bleaty bites the staff, 10,000 volts are driven directly into Voltrim. And it kind of goes.
Fuck.
Where have you placed the staff as well?
Onto Voltrim's armor, which is in contact with the rest of his body. So the electricity is conducted throughout him. I also let go of the staff as Bleaty
I was
bites
about
it.
to say. Might
Otherwise,
backfire
you're about
massively.
to see a very dead scribble.
Also, Alex, does the ultimates refresh every 24 hours?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure there was 6, by the way, so I think there's only 2 left.
Yeah, I killed 2.
So Voltrim gets hit with this sheep-fueled static, and you see like his eyes flicker like he's in a dream. You hear like you can almost hear his heart beating, and he begins to sweat. But nothing happens. Other than that,
Fuck, I thought that would be such a good idea.
it was clever. I like it.
Okay.
You've still got an action, Charlie.
I'm gonna ruffle Bleaty's hair and say, good creature. I'm proud of you.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
I've also got a BRB, so I'll be 2 seconds.
And Alex, are these bandits not like scared for their life yet?
Yeah, they're pretty.
Surely.
Surely they would have ran away by now.
They're pretty much
Honestly.
bricks, yeah. They're kind of
I-
just.
Their
Also,
leader
I've
gets
not taken-
immediately just destroyed before he even fucking says
I don't know how your hit points work, but I've been more damaged here than I have in a majority of my battles.
You've only taken
I don't-
1 wound here, haven't you?
2,
That's 'cause they
3.
Yeah, they did ambush you though. To be fair.
Set's on fire. How
Actually,
can
can
run
I
it?
give me a sec? I just want to pour myself a new drink.
Yeah, how are they not run, Alex?
They passed every morale check so far, so
Jeez.
other than the guy that got terrored, but he got shot through the throat anyway, so not like he had much chance to run.
I mean, I'm trying to make it as savage as possible.
And if I'm going to be honest, the 2 that aren't on the other side of the bush haven't seen quite what's happened inside the.
Oh, right, yeah, that's fair. Yes.
Whoops, I put the wrong one. Maybe. Sorry. Let me check. Right.
You did say there was 6 Russells earlier, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, 6 arrows. Or 5 arrows even. Where's my phone?
Oh, you really need to change your streaming name.
Mom needs to change the script.
Well,
Why?
every single time it comes up with "they made me." Lies. We didn't make you come here. We didn't make you listen to us. You came up your own volition. Weird.
So we can just skip the rest of Scribbles go because he's now miles away. Freya, you're down a cliff face, so we'll skip you. We'll just dust these guys off. Ryan, so actually, Freya, you've just witnessed a sheep electrocute a dwarf.
Yeah.
So you can think about that for a second. Lulan.
I'm going to summon my blood clones.
Okay.
And absorb them immediately so I can get back those hit points.
Okay. Your ult is now on cooldown. You get, what is it, 4 hit points now?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4
If
four
we've
hit
got a big
points.
battle later, you.
I just love the way that
Well,
every chart she's got hit points. Give me hit points. Get hit points.
But that's
Give me hit points.
but that's the thing.
Oh.
Like we're two. Oh no. Oh hello. We're still 2 days out of Oslath or whatever it is.
Oscar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oscar.
we'll be fine.
So as your blood clones explode into puddles beneath your feet, you hear zup, 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 and 2 more men fall out the trees. These hobo-looking men, like unarmored, wild panic in their eyes, and they're just filled with arrows.
Hey, elves
Freya,
are here.
Freya, you and Scribbles look
Can I
up.
run and grab my daggers that I threw earlier?
You can get your dagger back. Freya, as
Can I put my bow away and be like, sorry.
Freya, as you look up, you look across, and out of one of the bushes, with a long bow over his back and his unique hat and cloak, is Leaf.
Oh,
Leaf.
actually.
Yeah, Leaf walks over to you and Scribbles.
Oh, hello.
Freya, it's good to see you again. It's been a while.
Wait, isn't Leaf blind?
Yeah. You can also shoot a bow.
Yeah, but like, oh, okay. How did he
His
know it
little
was
eye
me?
stick things.
Yeah. I see Reiner is with you, even though Reiner's in camp right now. Let us help you up this cliff and back to your party. 2 more
Oh,
elves have
thank
merged.
you.
And they both bow in politeness to you, Freya. And they just, one of them grabs Voltrim by his hands and the other by his feet, and they just help it like shimmy him along, like wheezing slightly and giggling like dwarfs. God. Leaf looks down at you, Scribbles. Scribbles, it's good to see you again.
It's a pleasure
will
as always.
Can Vulture just let out a fart?
Like a silent but
Frank
deadly.
just looks at.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. Actually, hold on.
Hey.
Blame the sausage or whatever was cooked in Bob's pan earlier.
Yeah. So they Leaf helps you Scribbles get up the small cliff face as he passes you up and helps Bleaty and Freya up too. The two
Thank
elves
you,
drag
Leaf.
the dwarf up the cliff face, and then back at camp 3 elves appear, all wearing the same armor, like this brown leathers and kind of shimmering shimmering green cloaks. All of them have got bow and arrows with some have like knives strapped to their chest, some have a long sword or 2 short swords.
Can I make sure that I've got the silver tip spear? Because I assume that it was on the wagon, so can I make sure that I collect that?
Sorry, the spear that was in the basilisk's chest.
Yeah, the one that I took with us.
Did you take that with you?
100% took that with me.
Oh well, then you got to go collect it from the broken cart.
That's fine, but I'm doing that.
Yeah, so you got that back. Heavy and strange shaped spear tip.
Yep.
As you all regroup, Leaf kind of like his men are like dusting the bodies over and like kind of looking them up and down. We were tracking this party for a while. They were raiding villages and ambushing travelers and trading folk. They must have mistook you for injured, weakened travelers of some sorts, and thought you were easy prey, but they did not know who they were messing with.
Nope.
Tell me,
Right
prodigal
enough.
child, why have you returned? Did you take my advice, and have you come to make amends with your father?
Perry just goes to sleep. I don't really want to get into it right now, but I need his help. So that's why we're on our way to him. Could you help us along the journey, since obviously the horse has been injured, our cart's ruined, Voltrum is weighing a ton and no one can carry him now. So the help would be muchly appreciated, Leaf.
Very well.
Muchly.
My
Just
men.
don't touch the dwarf. You will almost definitely die. He's charged with enough volts to start the average fleet of cars right now. Just please don't touch the dwarf.
Question: why don't we tie the dwarf to Bleety?
That's a very good point.
Bleety walks off the moment you say that.
Bleety.
He just starts galloping away.
What about Hestia?
Hestia is on Bleety's back.
Right.
They look awkwardly at Moni, who's like just up against the tree. I'm afraid this being will not be permitted to pass into the realm of the elves.
Moni's fine. Do you have dogs?
Yes.
Do they eat bones?
Yes.
Do you have a spare bone? I can just tie him up outside the gate and he'll be fine for at least 3 days.
Bro just looks at Squirrels
not
and
sure how
utter
to
just like
assess this
embarrassment.
situation.
He
Necromancy
hasn't got a top jaw anymore, so he can't chew the bone, but he thinks he's chewing it. I mean, really, it's a fantastic sight to watch.
That is a Templar. We recognize the armor and trade with them.
Was is the very key term there. I mean, I can see how the reanimation is so good that you would think it still is one, but actually, by the fact that he's missing the upper half of his head, you can tell he's not actually alive.
Yes.
And
No, I
just
was
go
aware.
to leave and go, believe it or not, he is harmless.
I'm sure, but we may have Templars within the city, and I'm not sure how kindly they'll take.
Could Frey give Leaf a look?
Do you have a basement?
You know what? And he takes off his cloak and drapes it over, so you just see its boots.
That's a fantastic idea. Now all we need is a bone, and he will follow you till the end of the earth.
Do not tell your father I permitted this on my watch, but let us move. We should get out of here before nightfall.
Moni lets out like a grateful moan.
Well, it's more like a. And you begin marching. The elves are taking turns carrying Voltrim, like in twos. Leaf kind of hangs back with you guys. What has happened since I saw you last in Maidentown? Where is Angel? What has happened to Voltrim? What has happened?
Well, Voltrim met the wrong end of a basilisk. We have managed to stabilize him. Unfortunately, he's been slipping in and out of consciousness for a while now, and he won't die. He is stable, but I mean, I'll be honest, we've tried everything to rouse him, and it doesn't seem to have had an effect. We fought the basilisk. It was quite a costly battle to ourselves. There were a few bystanders and a few of us who were hurt quite badly in the conflict, but we did slay the beast, and we have some quite useful trinkets from it. We had quite a big encounter with some of the darker forces of this land, but I feel like we have prevailed yet again, and that has led us inevitably here to kind of rest and reconcile ourselves. As I'm sure you can see, we're not in the best of ways right now.
I see. Well, I'm quite shocked at your adventures. I must admit, to kill a basilisk is one thing, but a basilisk that can take you guys in a fight and leave you wounded, this beast must have been mighty in size.
It was at least
It
3
was
meters
infused
long.
with chaos.
Chaos. You'll not believe the word on everyone's lips in Midland now, but with the return of the Knights of the Silver Tree, everyone is so chaos focused. The incident at the Tower of Oziliath proved
What
this.
incident?
Oh, you've not heard?
No.
The Templars attempted there was a coup within the Templar Order, and they're now run by Lord Geryon of Manuel. He has brought peace back to the land, but their former commander Leona and 1/3 of her Templar Order have disappeared. That's why we're on high alert right now. It's possible that these fanatics, these anti-mages, are located nearby, or perhaps they fled into the mountains or past Northgard. We're not entirely sure, but we've been told to keep watch and just make sure.
Kill some Templars.
Well, if needs must. Humanity's always had an interesting approach with magic. Why feign it? They were blessed by it. They should have adapted to it by now.
You use it.
Yes, learn to use it, more like.
Hmm.
Although I believe that is what Garyon. He seems like a nice enough man for a human.
Who?
Not like those. Garyon, the Templar commander I just told you about.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
But
I love
still.
Templars.
Who appointed him as commander?
Well, by the king's order through the Knights of the Silver Tree. Were it not for them, I believe the massacre at the tower would have been horrendous. Children, most mages of humankind in Midland, even some of our own elves are there studying. You see, the tower base is ancient elven, and then the tower was reforged and recreated by King Helman and Malekith as they worked together. So what knowledge is there is vast in nature, and probably the most astute library since the fall of Marketh. Truly, you youngsters never saw the White City, but it was beautiful. Truly beautiful. He tends to Freya. Your father brought many a scroll with him in the raid, or as best as he could. So perhaps you'll find some more knowledge that you guys are seeking there. Either way, I know he'll be joyful to see you.
Cool. So down we go.
Oh, what'd you say, Laura?
How is he?
He is well. He is weary. With the idea of chaos playing his mind, he is taken to his study more often than late. He is preparing a defense of Oscaf. Before, we didn't really have walls, and now we're building a palisade. I'm not sure if he sees shadows in the dark with knives, but I believe that he fears a repeat of what happened in Marketh. Although this human king shows us no mind and no interest, and we even have humans living amongst us now. But with the idea of fear, it plays out. I mean, look at the Tower of Aziliath. Humanity feared mages, and so they kept them under lock and key. But other than that, he is well. He misses you and your brother dearly. Tell me, did you ever find Neosu?
No, I don't plan to. Have you heard anything about him?
No, I believe he was located around Maidenhead last.
How
But
recently?
about a month, 2 months ago. It was shortly after I left Maidentown. I didn't stay for the ceremony of the king. Although I must admit, King Henry Vance is a very astute young man, and I believe he will make a good king. So long as he and King Frost get on, then just maybe there won't be a human civil war, and maybe Ansia and Midland can work together. Henry doesn't strike me as the man who hungers for the North, and although the king is a bitter and rather miserable old man, he doesn't seem to have interest in Ansia. He's too busy trying to control his own lords, who are all power hungry in their own way. I heard about the Lord and Lazarus from a trader. What a surprise. I must admit, I thought he was dead long ago, but anyway, yes, your brother, last I heard, he was passing through Maidenhead. I attempted to track him, but he learned his lessons well. Unlike you, I could hear you blubbering around in the dark.
Hey, it's not my fault. I'm having to travel with these lot.
True, a passed out heavy dwarf is one thing. A necromancer halfling with a moaning zombie and a young griffin. Well, that's no surprise there.
Yeah, so yeah, if you compare me to that compared to Neosa and his lot,
True.
I'm at a
Very true.
disadvantage here.
No doubt
No
Draven
offense,
is behind
guys.
it.
Mm.
Now,
Mm.
Oh,
Draven.
also, Freya, don't you have a scroll in your backpack from a while ago that needed translating?
I do, but I'm going to show it to my father.
Yeah, can we get to town and help Voltron first, please?
yeah, so this is all happening over, like, this conversation's over the space of 2 days on foot. And you eventually come to the outskirts of Oskath.
Can I on the second day, once my thing's reloaded, before it turns the second day, or whatever, 24 hours, I want to do my ult again. So
In front of a
can I do
heartload
that
of
outside of
elves
battle?
that just talks about necromancy and all that stuff. That's a great idea.
Oh, they know my powers. Leaf
Well,
doesn't.
No.
Leaf does.
Leaf
All right,
does.
I don't do my ult.
We're literally about to get healed.
So
I don't do my ult.
as you enter Oskath, you see that like it's got like small farming land around it. Most of it's still heavily in the woods.
Just as a really sorry, I just got to cut in for 2 seconds. I think I just found a perfect picture of me and Bleaty.
Jesus Christ. That is basically what Bleaty looks like now. This
Yeah.
humongous.
Oh, that's
This-
great.
There you go. Sorry. So I'm so sorry, Alex.
Yeah, so anyway, so you're as you enter Oskath, like a small palisade wall is being built around it with a small trench being dug. The elves look a bit tired from doing it. A soft music is playing, which definitely isn't right now, so I'm going to cut back to this one. It's very beautiful. Like these like, even though elves have been living here for about 80, 90 years now, that most of the houses are still out of wood. It's like kind of like a log cabin, but there are, very elven quirks to them, like high peaked roofs, and like kind of empty bandstands almost with streams running around them, and everything's like well kept and overgrown at the same time. Like, it's hard to describe. Like, imagine Rivendell basically. Like, it's all very beautiful with a large, lovely stream running through it. That leads back to the way you came. It's at the foot of the mountains, so there are like, the trees are all turning autumn in color, and all the leaves are blowing in the air, which is oddly warm considering you're at the base of a mountain, and you can even see the snow peaks between the treetops. Leaf turns to you. Well, I will go and warn your father of your coming. No doubt you'll want to see the healers. If you continue on to the tower there, as he points to one of the like small round turrets, you'll come across one of our healing women. She's excellent, and if anyone can bring Voltron back to consciousness, I believe it will be her. Now, if you don't mind, I will return to your father and let him know. The two men, like 4 of the elves, bow to you, Freya, and like nod to Reiner, Lulan, and Scribbles, and then walk off. 2 of them still carrying Voltron start trudging up the hill towards this tower.
I follow.
Can we get Voltron back?
And so, as you get to this tower, it's like got all the like literally like a stream running through it, and it's one of these lovely healing houses. Freya, you've seen this all before. This is where you would have come when you were a kid and you've hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And a blonde elf with her hair tied back. Although she looks young, she's one of the oldest there. Freya, my child. It's so good to see you. She walks over and embraces you. You certainly look like you've grown and come into your maturity. You look just like your mother, with some quirks to your...
Can Freya just do like a really kind smile that no one's seen her like smile so nicely?
My child, it's been so long. You must tell me all of your adventures in the evening, but I can see and feel your wounds. There are many deeper wounds. As she puts like a hand on onto like your chest. Please come in, all of you. You'll need to disrobe. There are changing quarters within, and some towels have been left out for you, dressing gowns basically. Please dress and bathe in the waters while I attend the Master Dwarf.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
She bows and
Cheers.
points to two guards who like shrug and like heave Fultrim across the tiles, dumping him in like a nearby bed.
Placing
as-
him.
As you placing him. So the boys, you go to one side of the changing room and the girls to the other. As you're changing, like your armor, it stinks. I don't know how the last time you guys cleaned it. Probably Maidentown. Like it absolutely
It was the
reeks.
bar brawl. The night before the bar brawl.
No, but you would have done it in Maidentown as well, in the gap, in the hiatus. So you absolutely reek. Like all of you have noticed, you stink something awful. You've got mud. So, like Reiner, you notice you've had a leech attached to your bum this entire time since walking
That's
through
real.
the stream. Scribbles, your little ankles is just absolutely barking. Your feet hurt so much from just carrying your white, like meaty body around.
Really?
Your
I'm
tiny.
literally a necromancer. I am anything but meaty. Are you coming on to me?
You see, like as you robe up and like go into the joint pool in the middle, it's this lovely, like the water's almost like blue, and it just ripples gently with these like floating lanterns, floating like leaves. As like because the tower opens up where all the autumn leaves are dancing around. You all immediately go back to full health. None of you regrow things, so Luling is still missing half your ear, etc., etc. And then you see Voltrim's just floating by as she wades through, pulling him through the stream, and she's kind of like half naked, like beautiful toned body, large heavy setted breasts. Her hair is long flowing behind her, and she leans Voltrim up so he stands in the water, and then she submerges him down. And then when Voltrim re-emerges with a screaming gasp, he starts to panic because he's not sure if he can swim or not, and he's just woken up in the stream. Calm, Voltrim. Be at peace. As she lays like a kiss on his forehead, and then, welcome, all of you. Rest here for the night. Freya, I will talk with your father, and no, Daddy's excited to see you, but you need some peace and relaxation. I'll have food brought to you immediately, and some drink. Now, excuse me. And she like wades off, does up her blouse and leaves.
Can I also wade off and leave and just tell the group that I will be back in a couple of days or a day?
Probably less than that, but yeah, you can leave. Voltrim.
Oh, I also say hello
You're
again.
muted. You're
Bye.
muted this entire time. That's an OD blunder.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Oh, you're still muted. It's a very wooden ceiling you've got there.
That's his floor, mate.
Shit. Checkmate.
It looks like he's moved house as well.
He's got this new.
Oh look, he's got his condom box just on the top of the wardrobe, the one labelled large.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I thought so too.
That's a fucking big box
Oh,
of condoms.
That's a big
No,
box.
Hey.
It's for a single condom, right?
Jesus.
Full body protection.
Yeah. Do you have protection? Yes.
Yes. What's that from?
Family Guy.
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. Oh, what a game.
It's okay. It's a movie.
Voltrim will probably go up to Scribbles, and I'm just going to apologize in advance. Wizard character, I need to take some writing equipment from you now. Quickly.
Okay, I can't actually write, so
Okay, he's just going to go. He's going to go and he's going to try and find pen and paper or pen.
Wait. I'm gonna run
I'm
into
gonna
the changing room and give him my parchment that I have.
Give him some charcoal. I have like charcoal that you can write with.
I have parchment paper from ages ago. I've still got loads left.
So you see elves are cleaning your gear, but your stuff's been piled neatly beside. So you've now got parchment and charcoal. As
And
you run
then
into the
Voltrum is
female-
gonna try and-
Sorry. As you run into the female changing room,
Yeah, I
two
was
of
just
the
about to
elves that-
say, right, we're in the
Yeah.
we're in a different.
No, you're all in the same pool, but you're just robed. But Voltrum sprinted off naked and ran.
Wait,
into
wait, how can we be in the same pool? You're naked.
No,
We're
but
not
you're
Because you
naked
got
with
changed in a
robes.
different area,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
and then
Oh, okay.
met
I
in a
thought it was like
communal.
a onsen sort of
Bathing
vibe.
suit.
That's
No, it's onsen, but you're in robes.
Oh,
Other
right,
than Voltrum,
okay.
who's naked, and he's just run off into the women's changing area, where two elf workers are like, Master Dwarf, as he's
Apologies.
slonging meat.
And then he's gonna try and draw like what you described to me from the nightmares.
Yeah.
It's probably has no real talent for it, but it's just gonna be like blobs in the general vis, like kind of like shadows is drawing rather than details and things like that.
Mhm.
And if you were then to like come and talk to him afterwards, his voice is going to be completely back to normal. It's going to be back to neutral English.
Back to life.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, so what was that
Considering
about?
what just happened, can
I
I
had
not
some
leave
bad
straight away?
dreams.
Oh, right,
I had
you already
some
walked
had
there.
some bad dreams. And he'll show you. Hopefully, there's some semblance of
So what
quality
you
to the
see,
picture.
what you see is this like blobby mass, effectively, of like a kind of like a picture, a child's drawing almost of like a fortress under attack, and an army of dwarfs desperately defending against another army of dwarfs, and a statue on fire, and then a scythe. Yeah, that's it, really.
Can I ask Voltrum, was that your ancestor? Because that wasn't you. Was
It
that
was
the
me.
person? It
was
was
me,
you,
wasn't
but
it?
it wasn't you. It was you, but with an accent and a completely different demeanor. It was as if someone was riding your body, rather than you.
He'll
Who we
probably look you direct in the eye and just say everything that you saw me do, because I lived every moment of that. I thought I said every word, but what was going on?
Well, you woke up with a start, fair enough. You're in water, you've been unconscious, that's cool. But then instead of calling Scribbles, or knowing who he was, you called him man or wizard or whatever it was.
I definitely didn't call him man. I'll just say that, because
No.
I know that would tilt him.
You didn't know who Scribbles was. You didn't call him his name. You didn't have any recollection. You were just completely focused on needing to draw, which is fair enough. But you weren't you. Not the one we know. Or have come to know.
At this
Or have
point,
known to come.
I have no answer. I do not know. But your probably instincts are right. It's one of those scenarios where observers have more info than the ones living it. If you saw something, I trust that you saw it. Where even are we, actually? Why?
Now he notices his pecker's just hanging out.
Can I be like,
Still standing there, like legs apart. Not
Okay.
quite like.
One of the
Frasia's in the pool with two cucumbers on her eyes and her hair just on top of it, like in a bun on top of her head, just like taking it all in.
Taking it all in, are you?
Well, like I'm in the pool.
Yeah, she's not looking. She's got cucumbers on her eyes.
I got cucumbers in my eyes.
Well, she said she was
I'll
taking it
give
all
a,
in.
I know, eyes are closed, laying back.
I'll give
Steam.
Voltrum a brief history of what happened, which is, i.e., he got damaged, we stabilized. We stabilized him, we won, he went unconscious, little of a battle, and then here we are in wherever we are, which is
Are
Oslath?
all the
No.
dwarves okay? Will be one of the first things he asks. Did all the dwarfs make it out, or
What dwarfs?
weren't they dwarfs that we saved?
No.
Oh shit! I thought they were dwarfs. All right.
What?
Did all the humans survive?
No, there was only one
There's one
dwarf.
dwarf. The one you drank
God,
with.
yeah, yeah. He
Yeah, but
survived, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
survived.
survived,
He's
he
just on the
survived.
back of traffic the entire time.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's still on the back of traffic in Lazarus.
I've got a really weird warlock riding a rat ogre kind of vibe with those two.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So what the serving woman, the healing woman comes back and she lays down like this like elvish looking bread and like this like beautiful ornate meat and like fruit and some cheese.
What's her name? This is the same woman that I spoke to.
She's gonna be called fuck, I'm so bad. Arwen.
Oh, okay.
Or Eowyn, whatever you call. What do you usually call her when you forget her name?
Uh,
Erwin. She's Erwin.
Owen. Do I say that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Okay.
Yeah.
You always say that.
So,
So
Can I
Owen.
ask her where Vulture went? Like, I'm assuming she knows where he went
I've
mentally.
met Vulture many a time. Do you remember me, Master Dwarf?
I
Were
have
you
no
not
memory
quite
of you.
there? No. Every time I've met you, you've forgotten me. Perhaps that's just because I'm a simple healing woman or a water mage. You've got no desire or interest for a young maiden such as myself. But in fact, I've met you many a time. Last time I saw you was just before the city fell. About 110 years ago.
Which city? Marker.
Markef. Yes. Though you may not
Freya
remember.
go to Arwen. Owen, wherever her name is.
Yeah. Now you get it right.
Can she? Yeah. I know, right? Can she? Freya goes. Do you think my father would know Vulture?
Oh, without a doubt. They've met on numerous occasions.
I thought so.
It's quite.
When will we be able to see my father? Would it be tomorrow?
I think you should rest, child, and let your wound heal.
Can I grab her hands?
Mhm.
Like just like hold them nicely and going, could you please also get us some fresh clothes?
Yes, your clothes will be cleaned and presented to you on the morrow.
Thank you.
For now, you can use these. And she claps her hands together, and two more girls bring out the clothes.
Thank you.
Now, the walking corpse. Leaf
Can Freya just roll her eyes?
I'm gonna look at
Leaf-
Scribbles. Like,
Leaf has told me the situation, and
Yes.
he's currently out the back, staying away from the children. The sheep, however, is an interesting one. Two of the human boys from down the road are now riding him with the elf children. I'm not entirely sure how to say this, but he's gallivanting away with them, and the parents want them to come home now. So is there any chance, is there a command that I can to get the sheep?
I promise you one thing: those boys will come back as men, and no harm will come to them as long as that sheep is with them. And to be honest with you, I would now refer to him as a shoop, as I don't think sheep any longer fits the mold.
A shoop. Very well.
A shoop. If you need him back, then a large joint of succulent tender meat is a brilliant way to summon him.
I shall receive some of the meat for him. Although
No problem.
I'm very shocked to see a sheep eat meat. But
Interesting to hear an elf say shook, but
stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened, and I will tell you one other thing.
Dear.
If you do wish for a peaceful night's sleep with him around, I sincerely suggest you make up a room for him, just as you would for myself or any of my other weary compatriots.
Very well. And the young boy that you're travelling with?
Ah, yes, he will sleep on the ship.
Okay, very well. The young boy, and he comes in, and he's in like elvish garb, and he's looking quite clean, quite well presented.
I was about to say.
He's known as Timmy, if you would.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Where is Dan?
Yeah, it's okay.
Timmy has been through literal hell these last few days, so shell shock is understandable.
Sorry. Yep. So all your rooms are made up. They're all kind of like bunks in this bathhouse, and it's well warm considering all the windows are open and there's like a big hole in the ceiling. And you all find yourself drifting off into this like wonderful night's sleep. Like, yes, Vulture?
Could Voltrum ask Lady Irwin for a bit of a tour about where he's been in the past if she's seen him before?
Ah, yes, Master Dwarf. Well, the last, like I said, was about 110 or 108 years ago in Marquette. I saw you very briefly when you came to the House of the Healing there. Far bigger than this old thing, and there was far more water mages there. You came in because I believe you had taken a nasty blow in one of the tournaments hosted there. You received some healing, and you went on your way shortly after that.
Okay, so I've not been here before.
Oscaf, no.
No. Okay.
Can I just...
That's good to know.
So we do have
Thank
two
you.
dwarfs in town, actually. Trade from Ingram's Hold. And word, I believe the Dwarven Moot is starting soon. Will you be attending?
I think I must.
All
I don't
dwarfs
think that
should
choice
cast
is
a vote.
mine.
This will be
Yep.
the first time there's been a Dwarven King since... Oh, way before the city fell. Maybe 270 years ago.
I don't think the decision is mine anymore. I think I have to go.
I understand.
Thank you. I won't take any more of your precious time.
She bows and curtsies towards you. She nods to you, Freya. Have a good sleep. And she closes the door, and as she does, like the lights dim, even though the fires are still lit.
Right, can I take a second to just say that I'm going to go to bed because I've got to be today tomorrow.
Oh, sure.
But I will obviously...
Yeah, we can roleplay you a bit later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I will catch you guys in
Sleep
a
tight,
bit.
bro.
Have a great
Have a
move,
good
Max.
Yeah, good luck
Bye.
tomorrow.
Good
man.
luck with the move, Max.
Yeah,
Give my
see you,
love to you. Oh,
No, he's gone. I miss him already.
and he's gone. It's all
Who's
gone.
So as you guys drift off into this like amazing night's sleep, you notice Reiner hasn't come back in the night. He's clearly sleeping somewhere else, but you'll wake up on feeling fresh face, and this is like, even though the beds are like just mattresses almost dug into this like part of the wall, this is the softest and best night's sleep all of you have had in Freya since you left, but in your entire life.
That's saying something. Shit.
You'll wake up with a bonus HP because of it.
Oh, a bonus HP.
Yeah, 1 bonus point in your health.
How long will that last for? Just until it's lost?
Yeah.
Nice.
As you're like waking up, there's some fresh bread and meats put out, and they present you your armor and clothes once more. Voltrum, you don't have a breastplate anymore, so you just put out like a bit of elvish armor for you that can kind of fit. I
Ooh,
apologize,
can I,
Master Dwarf, but this is all we had in your size. It's just chainmail, really, with a plate stretched across it.
It will more than do. Your generosity is... As I hope I will remember it soon.
So do I, Master Dwarf, when I see you in another 108 years. And I should hope to see you sooner. I know dwarven lives do not last as long as ours, unfortunately, but I must say you're looking good for your age, sir. As she bows and leaves, and there standing in the doorway with the wind blowing behind him is like a white but like kind of disheveled cloak with a white fur lining. You notice this man has silver hair with pink bits throughout it, and the similar eyes to Freya. He strides forwards as you're all kind of tucking in. Oh, sorry, I dropped the dice.
Can I just whisper to Freya? I was like, I think that's your dad.
Yeah, can Freya stand up?
Freya, you notice Freya stands up a bit sheepishly. My child. He kind of like stretches his arms out half awkwardly at you.
Sorry, I'm just thinking what to do. Can Freya bow first and then approach her dad for a hug?
He as you're bowing, he just moves forwards and embraces you.
Oh,
Like he
Freya's
kind of
taken aback by it,
he
but
kind of picks you up
embraces
off your feet a little bit.
Oh, Freya's now embarrassed.
My child, it's been too
Can
long.
Lulan whisper to Vulture and be like, so that's what a healthy daughter dad
Wow.
relationship looks like.
It's fucking adorable.
Freya, you've been injured.
It's free real estate.
He's like looking over your scars. I've heard tales, not just from Leaf, but I've heard from other lords of this talk of chosen ones. I had no idea you were part of it. I'm so impressed and proud at what you've done, bringing peace to Ansia.
Freya's a little bit shocked about him being proud.
The ring, it's in your possession, thank God. I had feared the worst. I have not heard or seen from your brother in the years. Well, actually, you left about a year ago, or a year and a bit ago. I haven't seen heard from your brother in almost 2 years now.
2 years?
Well, he left before you, remember?
I thought he left after me.
No, he left before you.
Oh, okay.
I fear for his health and safety, and more importantly, his sanity. But still, it is good to see you, my child. Is there anything you should ask of me? You or your party?
Wait, we're all having food right now, aren't we?
Actually, before you are, I need to get some water. My throat hurts so much. Give me a second.
Damn.
Got a hug from Daddy.
I really thought my electric shock treatment would wake you up.
No.
Oh,
was
no,
very
it gave me
inventive,
nightmares. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
that's what the drawing was.
Oh, well,
Come-
there you go. I actually managed to help. I feel like that's helping at least. I mean, at least let it not be said that I'm not creative.
I want to canonically start keeping a diary of all the important information about the world and the chaos and what we know, because so far we don't talk to each other canonically about anything we've been through, and that is putting our party at a disadvantage.
We've got the little tokens from Gerwa now. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the idea that we can constantly talk to each other over a reasonable distance.
I don't know how far Alex said it was going to be.
Mm.
Whether or not it's a mile or whether or not it's a couple of 100 feet. But
it's a way to pass on that information.
Yeah. Because I've been keeping
one of the things I will say is it is probably worth asking about the drawing in more detail than Alex gave.
I'm back. Freya, is there anything your party requires?
Okay. Scribble's not here.
Thank you for introducing a positive father model, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Coming from a person who had to kill her dad twice.
Yeah.
So far.
Voltrum.
She
My
gives you
God.
the side eye like, fuck.
Oh, Owen told me you were here. I must admit that I didn't expect it to be you, but in the flesh.
Owen?
Your armor is distinct, but my God, man, how are you here?
My lord, I don't really know. I have lost almost all my memory, and that which was returned to me by Lady Seastar.
Seastar?
Yes, Seastar. I fear I was
When?
probably her last correspondence.
She has been dead for 100 years now.
There was a vestige of hers, a mask.
A death mask?
quite. Your knowledge will be far greater than mine.
Interesting.
I can only describe what happened. Its essence saved me yet again from
Well then,
inevitable
before you
disaster.
finish this sentence, I believe we should take this to my study. Owen, see to it that their items are already clean. Very well. All of you, follow me. Voltrum, keep up. Freya, my darling, we'll talk about this in 1 second. Everyone, and you quickly, like he power walks past, like shockingly, who is just outside, like whittling a tree, a twig or like a stick. You walk through this town and like, see all these kids, and like Freya, you'll recognize some of the kids have grown up, and they're like rush over to you and start like trying to pull you into their games again.
I want Lulan to just observe the children like very strangely, like as if an alien is watching something.
Can
Very
Freya
weird. Watching children play is strange.
can Freya, like, as they walk past, she walks past them, like, stroke their hair and smile. Like, Freya's very happy to be home. So just from her face, she's
Yeah,
glowing.
they're all ecstatic to see you, and they're like, passing you. Like one of them passes you a daisy chain that she's made, and she's this cute little elf girl in a pink dress.
Yeah, can Freya bend down so she can put it on her head?
Yeah, like all the villagers are out, kind of like whispering and like waving and coming over to you. Your father's just like powering through though. As
Vulture will probably try and keep up with him and constantly be
Yeah.
having like a back and forth discussion about where he's been. Not in like too much detail about like the first memories of when he was found by the dwarves, the origin of his name, and how the armor's coming together and stuff like that. Not trying to get any details from him, but just telling him stuff, feeding him information that he thinks might be helpful.
Well, I must admit that some of this is news to me. Come though, on the topic of Sea Star, as you enter his like he's got a very like the quaintest Lord's chambers you guys have ever seen. Like it's pretty much just a singular room, no throne or anything like that, with a bed and a table. As he walks over, he's like moving boxes and peering around. Some of it's like dusty. Freya, you see like food's been left out that he's just ignored, and the fire's poorly lit as he's like scavenging and searching around. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, here. He holds over to Vultrum a very ornate elvish box with the emblem of Sea Star burned into it. Careful. I believe this was intended for you. She was always cryptic in her plans and discussions, but the way you presented that mask, destiny has clearly aligned something for you, Master Dwarf.
So Vulture will probably reach out and take it and immediately like withdraw and then look for somewhere private, like almost as if all the inhibitions that he should have shown while being naked are now being shown. Like he does not want others to see this because it's essentially, it's very, very important to him, and he wants to go find somewhere to sit down, and then if it's like into the room, he'll probably like turn to face sideways, and then looking over his shoulder, open the box and have a look inside.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Inside is a ornate black steel mask, shaped in her face once more. Master Dwarf, I was told instructions 100 years ago that the person who would come looking for this would know that they could only wear it the once, and they would know when to wear it. This would be her last message. I believe that it was destined for you if you were able to receive the mask you presented to me. So I trust in you, its possession and its keeping, and for you to know when the time is that Sierra, her lady, mentioned.
So is the mask a rendition of her face?
Yeah, like eyes shut, smiling.
Yeah, Voltrum will just... So we see that Freya's just beaming and is the happiest we've ever seen her, really. Vulture's face probably looks as if there's not a single weathered scar upon it. He's just the most happy person you can imagine, and he's just gonna place the mask back in its box, slowly shut it, and just hold this. This is the most precious gift, and he's gonna turn to Freya. What's your father's name?
Alex, what's his name again?
I don't. You never actually named him, but it's
Yeah.
What's Freya's surname?
Ellendas.
Lord Ellendas. Now is not the time for this. I don't think I can put into words how grateful I am.
Of course,
And-
well, destiny pre-designed it, my friend.
We must discuss this further later. I fear I do not want to step in on your reintroduction with your daughter. You
My last
probably more
message
to
to
discuss
you
with her
would be
than me.
that the coming of your arrival is not only an interesting time for the Sierra Sea Star's mask's sake, but 2 dwarfs are in town from Ingram's Hold. They are searching for dwarves in the area to cast their vote. You should travel there the moment you feel like the party is ready. There is a destiny upon you, my friend, and the dwarves are in need of leadership. If this world is truly sunk to chaos, and he looks over to Freya, who's just looking kind of as happy as can be, then we must care for our own. But we must also unite. Now, my darling, as he puts out his hands and takes you by the hand, Freya, your brother, he is misguided and foolish and hell-bent on his ways. I believe he seeks to undo humanity.
He
He was
does.
a child when Marquette fell, and though I take the blame, he seeks vengeance for what befell him. You were only a babe and may not remember it. I had a job to do that day, to defend my king, and I failed. It's because of my failure that you and your brother survived, and we are here in Oscaf. So I take that as a blessing, even if my duty was to my king. Were I only there sooner to help your mother? You look more like her each day, as he strokes your cheek. Now, the fact you are here must mean that the ring reacted to you, yes?
Yes.
No longer just a wielder of fire, but wielder of the blue flame. Chosen to be the next leader of the Swan Knights. A prestigious
Freya's
and
eyes
elite
go a bit
order.
shocked.
Walk.
You do not need to accept this mantle yet, but if you can activate the ring, then it is your destiny. There
How
is
do
much
I-
to learn on its power.
How do I activate it?
I mean, you already do it with blue fire. It's just it's
Yeah, but
natural.
okay.
It's natural, my child. It comes to you as it should do. But there are stages to it. If you can summon the guardian of our people, you'll no doubt discover the abilities within itself, and he will discover the abilities within you.
Alright, I just asked you a question. Okay.
So I trust this ring into you was a success. Your brother, well, he was disheartened by it, but I always knew you were for great things. As he smiles warmly, holding you by both your shoulders. How long will you be staying? I know that you must go on, and I wish that I could ask you to stay forever, but that would be selfish of me. And you are clearly all destined for greatness. Fate is on your side, all of you.
Freya sighs and says that she wishes that she could stay longer and that she's sorry that she's been away for so long.
He smiles. He looks, although like elves don't really age, he looks older and wearier than before you left. My child, you have nothing to apologize for.
Father, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Are we still in his office, by the way?
Yeah.
What are you searching for?
Knowledge, my child.
Of what?
Chaos.
And
I have this. He like looks over and you see this silver scroll. This silver like scroll where the writing seems to glow and then fade and then glow once more, almost as if it's moving. This beating scroll. This was trusted to me as the library fell by the warden of the library. I see the book you carry, Voltrim. It is known as the Grimoire of Destruction.
Why not carrying that?
Sorry, Scribbles.
Yeah, Voltrim would not be having it.
I saw it once before, as the city fell. Anarion wielded it with great power and great malice, and I believe it was gifted unto him from the half-mage and blood mage Varus. It is a creation of destruction and chaos, forged by the gods, not too dissimilar to this, as he looks over the scroll, but a piece of the puzzle to the grimoire of creation, the opposite of destructions. These sister books both hold the power of life and death in their hand, and this is just a piece. I will trust it unto you, my child, for perhaps there is some great worth to it. Lauren, I can't remember what that scroll is.
yeah,
oh,
do you remember I
yes.
nicked it?
Yeah, where do you get it from?
I nicked it from the library.
Oh, yes. Lazarus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have that.
Doesn't
Can
she also
I-
have a scroll from the tower?
Yeah.
The White Tower with the White Witch.
Yeah. I have two.
Yep.
Can I show my father those?
My ancient Elvish is not as good as your mother's was, but I will decipher this as best I can. The first scroll reads upon, and this is the one from the White Tower. It reads upon the creation. It mentions the stories of old that we were taught.
Sorry, I'm just listening to you and I'm watching Charlie. Is that a pot of hummus you've just stuck your tongue in and then
That's
like
fucking
scraped
good
it
hummus.
across?
Such fucking good hummus. I'm sorry.
Man's an animal for a chickpea.
Sorry, come on, Bobs.
This talks of the being that existed. The translation's rough, but there was some species or some demon of destruction and hate. This planet was a barren wasteland, and the cosmic dragon, if you believe such a thing, banished it from existence and used the elements to create land. The scroll's not complete, but it mentions that the continent was one island by the looks of things, surrounded by a blue sea, and there was a battle between demigods, sons of the dragon, that split the world asunder and created the oceans as we know it. It mentions their names of Solace and Noctis. Solace will be the forefather and great-grandfather to House Seastar. He turns to you, Voltrim. We all believed that Malekith was Solace reborn when he was crowned and chosen by the Eternal Flame. I guess failures in theories, religions, and ideas are just dreams. He folds up the scroll and hands it back to you.
What
was
about the
Crassus?
son of Noctis?
Son, I don't remember hearing tales of Noctis having a son. No history books that I saw.
What of Craftus?
Craftus, well, according to the rumors and the stories, he vanished long long after the fall of his brothers. This is a story that many of you may not know. When the city fell, its libraries fell with it, though perhaps in the Tower of Azilioth there's some copies of them. Humans, they've tried their best to create a calendar of the years, sticking mostly to the seasons. Their lives are just flickers like candlelight in the wind, but this planet's been around for far longer than we even know. Before our kind of elves, there existed what we know as the ancient elves, the first of our species. Taller, broader in nature, and could harness more powers than even us. Even Malekith, though he was great. They lived in harmony, created by the firstborn, known as Solus, the god of the sun. He crowned himself king, and everyone bent their knees to him. Rightly so, as he was technically their father. But from his shadow, his brother rose, and there created the first of the humans. Far more numerous. You see, when elves breed, we struggle. It's one of the reasons why we're dying out. To bear elf children is to risk death. Many of us have known life for so long, we want to keep it. Whereas humans breed wildly. It's once said that when Solus created the elves, he scorned his brother of love, the fifth born and the youngest, and so he cursed the children of the elves to be sickly or weak, or to almost risk the mother's lives, whereas Noctis used his cunning and wile to get the fifth brother, Dusk. His name doesn't translate well, but the 5 children would be Solus, Noctis, Craftus, that is the human version, his name is Lunus, Dawn, and Dusk. You have the father of the sun, the creator of humans and darkness, cold, and the ice mage, the first of his kind. You have the master of all elements, fire, earth, water, and lightning, the master smith himself. You have the sister of fate. It's said that her dreams are the destiny that we all suffer for today. And then the youngest of love. It is thanks to him that humans can breed like rabbits. He smirks at himself slightly as he sips at the wine at his desk. So, to answer your question, my darling, what I was looking for is this scroll. Part of the Grimoire creation. I believe it will provide you with some sort of assistance, perhaps, if you were to complete it, or find someone who has completed it or got the rest of the scrolls. I trust it to you, Freya. Put it in your inventory, Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah. Downstairs? Yeah.
And then he kind of nods to you, Lauren.
Yeah.
Any other questions, my friends?
Lulin's gonna raise her hand. A while back, you'll probably remember, maybe not, I don't know. It was a kind of weird time. Did a lot of female elves go missing over a period of time?
Yes, we were investigating it, or one of the Swan Knights were, not myself, but in Ansia, North Ansia, there was a time where some of the Wood Elves, where they were reporting that their wives were missing or leaving them. There wasn't that many, though, maybe 10 cases over the space of 100 years. It's not uncommon for elven women to leave.
Okay, then, who would know more?
I have no idea, I'm afraid.
Are you sure only 10?
That's what I was told. I'm the last of the Swan Knights. My comrade who investigated it died when the city fell. Perhaps there were more, but I only know the ones from Ansia.
I would say a lot more.
Well, then
Apparently, my mother was number 102.
Then dark works are indeed at play. Now, the lot of you, as much as it pains me, I believe that you need to journey next onto Ingram's Hold and secure the dwarfs. Civil war may break out between them, and we can't have them at their throats if chaos is knocking at the door. My child, you must discover what this chaos is. If the ring has chosen you as its master, you will possess the power of all us elves. You must do your best to protect our people and the people of this earth against these beings that will come for them. My child, I also warn you of this. An eclipse spells darkness for us all. For in the darkness, demons reign. Do you understand me?
When is the eclipse?
I'm afraid I have no idea. There hasn't
Give me a
been
rough
one
estimate.
for... The last one was 300 years ago.
When was
If you
the
know
one
an
before
eclipse
that?
is coming, then
I was not alive for it.
if you know an eclipse is coming, then surely someone has told you, and they won't have told you when a rough
No one has
estimate
told me.
was.
Which is only a translation. A scroll from Lazarus. And he passes it back to you.
I'm gonna pocket it.
It was your scroll anyway. Well, it's Freya's.
Man.
Before we move on, we've met before, right? I'm speaking to you as a complete stranger from my part, but you speak with familiarity.
Yes, we've met 3 or 4 times.
Have
Oh,
we
you met?
conversed before?
Yes. You were closer to my wife than I.
Again, another one I wish I knew. Now,
Yes, she was a good woman.
The conversations in the past we've had,
Yes.
have I ever spoken about, for lack of a better word, death?
It's an interesting thing. Sierra talked about it a lot. I remember just about overhearing a conversation of... Her magic was more ancient than even mine. Nor maybe even Malekith's, for Malekith was younger than her. Sierra is possibly one of the oldest of the elves. She made mention of a veil between worlds. But I'm afraid I don't know the exact details. She conversed more with my wife. I guarded the king.
The veil exists, and it is being rapidly approached from the other side. And
Then
I fear
chaos has found a way into our world.
I fear the grimoire is one of their means of entry as well.
I saw that book burn in the flames of a dragon, and yet it survived and is here today, though I prayed I never saw it again.
We
But
must find a way.
that is your destiny, I believe. Though if I tell you the truth, I am not jealous of it. My away days of combat and war are over. I wish simply to see that my children survive in happiness. And now, one child has been destined to be great, and though she must fight the darkness, and another child, I fear, is going to succumb to it. Miose is a good man at heart, and I'm sure he will discover it. I wish only that he would discover it sooner, so I need not worry.
Father,
Yes, child.
Neose, what is he actually after? Because he's looking for me.
Perhaps the ring. He was jealous that it chose you. I gave him a similar one in the hope that it would subdue him. Perhaps he would see that it didn't activate and give him the power of the Swan Knight, and he would realize that he was wrong in his hatred of humans. But of what his objective is, I'm not entirely sure. I know that he only seeks to find something, some part of Marketh, and he wishes to reclaim it. The city is lost. I saw it full with my own eyes. Now it is a swamp and an abandoned waste, no longer the fertile fields of gold, of wheat, the trees, the orchards. It's not what it used to be.
Is he got anything that I need to be aware of? Because
I've
at one
not
point
seen him in 2 years.
I will encounter him.
I'm afraid I've not seen him in 2 years, my child. He left before you and hasn't returned nor sent word. The men I've sent after him. Leaf claims that he managed to track him down to Maidenhead, but alas, he did not see him.
Are you still looking for him?
Yes, 2 more squads are out, searching for him. We came close to finding Sienna, though she was whisked off by Draven. And
Are they all
Leaf,
with him then?
well, Leaf informed me you found Lucian and Darius dead.
I did.
My apologies, Lucian was always soft for you.
Did we
I
know?
know.
He was a good boy and his father mourns him.
I should go see him before we leave.
He's unfortunately left with the other squad. I believe he sees your brother as the fool that sent his son to his death, or perhaps he seeks judgment.
So
Again,
has Neose, who is he travelling with?
Well, of his party that remains is Sienna, though I believe she doesn't quite understand where she is. You remember Sienna, the soft girl?
Yes, Sienna's the nice girl.
The powerful water mage. Then
Is,
there is Lysandra, your former
God.
trainer, and a blow to our army if ever. I had hoped that Lysandra would be mature enough to see the error of my son's ways, and at first I believed that she would coach him from this madness and bring him back to the light, but
Father, you know she's in love with him. She would never have done that.
Unfortunately so. She is deadly and powerful, and between the two of them, your brother may not be as skilled a fire mage as you, my child, but he is far more skilled in combat than even I. And he is quick and smart. You must be watchful should you meet him. And then finally there is Draven. You know, the bookish. When he was a kid, he was bookish. Then he became...
The quiet one.
Yes, the quiet one. Cloak up one. The weird one. Never liked him.
What about him?
Just odd.
But they're
never
all
attuned
traveling.
to nature. Yes, they'll be the last of the 4. 6 of them departed, unless they've gained more.
Okay. Freya sighs.
He hugs you.
Freya's gonna bury her face in his chest.
He notices your trench knives, your knuckle dusters. How very like you, Freya, to change from daggers to this. And he picks one up and spins it around and grabs it and ignites in a red fire. Elemental steel. Impressive. Hard to come by as he passes it back to you.
Daggers wasn't really my style.
No,
I'm more of a
no, it never was.
fireball kind of
punching
mage.
and remember the daggers at the end of them.
Yeah, I know, but
I remember watching you as a child, Lysandra desperately trying to train you with her own axe. Earth Splitter. You could
Does
ignite
she
it.
still have that?
Yes, unfortunately so. She took it with her. She has mastered it completely, as one would expect for Lysandra. No longer does it ignite, but it can burn through anything. It said she can even fell a tree in one swipe.
I really don't want to bump into them anytime
No.
soon.
Well, my child, you need to leave for Ingram's Hold before the winter settles in and the pass becomes too hard. There are 2 dwarfs in town heading up the mountain. Undoubtedly, with some gold from myself, they will be your guides. I wish you would return here when you are done, so I may look upon you one more time.
I will. I'll promise to come back sooner.
He hugs you and like passes you a little locket, and it's got a picture of baby you and baby Neose in.
I would have preferred it if it was my mother, but right.
But it's your mum holding both of you.
Oh, okay. So just like seeing the Ose's face. Oh.
Yeah. Like you in the room, by the way, there is the only thing that's not really on the wall is this giant picture of all of you as a family. So your mum's sitting down. She looks quite like slender and weak because it's just after the birth, and she's got like the pink-haired Freya, and then there's like a really like stubby-nosed boy holding onto his mum's hand, like beside the chair, and he's got like pink messy hair, or like silver messy hair with pink bits in it as well. Like, and he's kind of angrily looking at the painter. And like then there's your dad standing there next to him, like smiling. He looks at the picture. We'll be a family again, I'm certain of it.
Hope so.
Now go, all of you, and I wish upon you the blessing of the elves.
Can I ask him, why have you not reacted to me? I am purple. I am weird. Have you seen other me then? Why?
Why would I react to a friend? I've heard the stories. You are not just famous in Ansia now. Word has spread over these last coming months since the Battle of Maidentown.
And Pro just looks at Luna and like mouths the words, "Told you."
She's
so
gonna.
Long as you do not hurt my people, I do not mind. Hell, there is even a necromancer amongst us, though he kept his magic quiet. And for that I'm thankful. My people are forthcoming, but nevertheless.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give him a respectful bow and follow after Freya.
He like politely nods at you all as you leave. You see 2 dwarfs loading a horse and cart. These horses on the front are more
before
like
before we
no,
leave.
I know, but I'm just saying they're more
Okay.
goatish in shape than anything. They're like half goat, half horse. Sorry, Lauren, what do you?
Oh, Fro's just gonna hug her dad.
Yeah. He gives you a really long hug before you leave, and like looks at you and it's like, truly a spitting image of your mother. Though I'm starting to see where Erwin is right. You do have my eyes, and undoubtedly my temper. Though from what I've heard, your mother's drinking habits, so do be careful, child.
Look, Pro just turns round, gives all of you the dirtiest look, going, "Who told?"
Freya ducks behind Voltrum.
As you all leave, these 2 dwarfs walk on over with Leif. All right, Master Dwarf, your name is Voltrum, I believe.
It is.
Wait, do we get to say goodbye to Leaf as well? Just so.
Yeah, hold on, he's there. He's
Okay.
standing there. Very well. We're supposed to take you and your party up to Ingram's Hold. You'll be pleasantly surprised we've heard of you before. You might have seen some of the gold cloaks working by. They were heading to the southern mountains. Lord Dullingdon is reported for duty as a strong held, but men of the last hearth have not. I heard there was a terrible accident befell and they collapsed.
There was. This party you see before you happen to be there. I can tell you the details, but I will have to repeat it again, no doubt, at the moot.
It's probably orcs and goblins. Or goblins, they're always digging under these tunnels. You know, I'm starting to believe we should never build castles on top of castles. As he's like walking off.
Vulture will turn to the party, if only it was goblins. And yeah, probably nothing more to add. Probably just chat with the dwarf.
Timmy's like running up the hill to you guys. Got this like 2 bags full of food, and like Bleaty's galloping around him, like just hopping on 4 legs around him with like a saddle bag to either side. Hestia's just on top, just getting bounced around. And this cloak is just this cloak is just walking round in like random directions, trying to follow the sound of the Timmy, and although he's got no ears, so I don't know how he knows. Freya, just before you leave, your father's like looks over to you guys. I've heard rumor of 2 humans traveling rapidly in this area. They've not passed through town, though Leaf spotted them. Oh, sorry, not Leaf. One of the outskirts to the north, one of the squads spotted them. They're
2 humans?
2 humans, yes. They're traveling rapidly. They're armed and armoured, and they're heading towards the mountains.
Do we have a description of what they look like?
Yeah.
Only that they were cloaked, and they rode like with the wind at their back.
Frey just goes to
What
Dad.
colour?
It was like, is
What colour?
one of them kind of ugly looking with a really ugly looking mustache?
I'm afraid I don't know. 1 black cloak and 1 navy blue.
Do we know?
So like our cloaks, one navy blue cloak like ours.
Yes, 1 very similar to yours.
It could be another Angel Fernando, guys.
There was only
one.
There is only
only
one.
one.
Your
Where
the colour of your cloaks is common. There's about 2 of them.
Father, where?
Far north from here. On the very outskirts of our land.
Yeah, but also Destiny. Like, if we're already following the Weave of Destiny, then the likelihood that it
The
is
Queef of
Angel.
Destiny, did you say?
No, the likelihood.
No, did you say we're following the Queef of Destiny?
No, the cloak. Oh, did I say Weave?
Yeah, I thought you said Queef. We're following the... Wait. Of Destiny. Yeah, so he kind of watches you as you guys embark on this cart, and these 2 like gruntish, massive horse goats start dragging you up this cliff face. It's not long before that he's like waving you off, Freya.
Oh, wait, did we get to say goodbye to Leaf?
Oh yeah, Leaf's riding beside you guys for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Eventually this like dirt path becomes like paved road almost, more like Roman style, as it winds up this mountain. As you come towards where the snow is settling on the ground now, like the snow is blowing, but it's only settling just here at the end of Oscaf's borders, where the warm air still is. Leaf rides up. All of you, it's great to have seen you once more. I wish you the best of luck in the upcoming wars, but
Sounds like you're not
undoubtedly there
coming
are
with
wars
us,
to
then.
come. I will not be journeying to the Dwarven Holds. No offense, Master Dwarfs, and the 2 at the front kind of like... The mountains are not for me. They're far too cold.
Do you know nothing of the stubbornness of dwarfs?
I do. You should have died many a time, Poultry, I've heard. Perhaps you are a testament to the stubbornness enough. Reiner's just quietly sitting in the back of the cart, by the way. He is with you. Truly, it was wonderful to see you all. And Freya, please return home soon.
Freya blushes
Oh.
and then says that she will be home soon. And then are we both on horses?
You're basically all in this large cart
Okay.
being pulled like by this mountainous goat thing.
Okay. And what is Leaf on a horse?
Yeah, beside you.
Okay. Can Freya lean up and peck him on the lips.
Oh.
Just very
Blind.
nicely.
Blind. He is blind, so he's like, oh. He like blushes as well and like kind of pulls his hat down a little bit and he's like, well, I'll be seeing you. As he like rides off and then looks back and then rides off into the trees. The dwarf's kind of like one of the old man dwarfs. He's got one eye, he like spits on the ground and starts galloping the horse away, the goat horse, and then like just starts pulling you up the cliff faster. So about 2 days of traveling up this hill.
As a Vulture will turn to Reiner and say, "I'm so proud of you for not saying anything."
Yeah, Ryan's just. as you come to this this first watchtower, the snow's now heavier than before. Where the hell is the gatekeeper? We're supposed to be signing into this check-in. As he hops down off the cart, and as he walks over, there's this silent like, and then all of you turn and you notice the fire's gone out in the watchtower, and the other dwarf at the front. Oh. Father? What's happened? All you see is this silver spear sticking out of the ground where the dwarf once stood, a tiny ribbon blowing from it. A fiery tornado whirls around it, and stepping from the flames, ripping the spear out this ground, is this tall, slender, broad-shouldered, cloak billowing behind him, silver hair with pink bits in it.
Oh no!
Standing next to him is this elven woman, with a beautiful elven woman, half her hair shaved, the other half tied in a long ponytail, holding a two-handed axe. Sister.
Oh.
Can I give him the finger?
I'll be taking that ring.
No, you will not, sir.
And that's where we're going to end.
Ah.
Oh, God.
Great.
Guys, be scared. Be
Oh, no,
very,
wait.
very scared.
Sorry, when he reveals himself, just before we end, you hear,
Hey.
and then it ends.
Nice.
Cool.
Guys, it was real. I'm gonna go die quietly, but lots of
bro.
love, and I'll see you all soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay as well, guys. Good
Yeah,
set.
I'll be joining you in a bit, Bobs.
Okay.
Night, Bobs.
Night.
Night.
Come on, Tom, on mute. Come join us.
Tom's still just absolutely touching himself. As he always does if you leave him alone for 5 seconds. This fucking phone, man. I charge it so much and it just dies so much.
Oh, you spoken to Nana and Grandad recently?
Yeah, literally about just before you phoned. Just before this game.